Our first story takes us this morning to Uttar Pradesh, where security is being beefed up across Varanasi on the day of the much-awaited order on the Gyanvapi case. It's set to be pronounced today by a Varanasi district judge court. Now, the decision, remember, relates to the maintainability of a Hindu woman's plea in which she was seeking permission to worship what she said were Hindu deities in the historically Muslim Gyanvapi Mosque complex. The district judge will render its decision on whether the ongoing trial in the court regarding the permission to worship is maintainable and whether the plea is based on tenable grounds. Remember, the Hindu side had claimed that the place in dispute is not barred by the acts that are already in place because, according to the side, the original character of the mosque was that of a Hindu temple. That is what is contested right now. The Hindu side is also arguing on the authenticity of the arguments. Now, the Muslim side has questioned this entire argument. They've also questioned the right to investigate on what they've called the Waqf property. Now, very quickly, we want to take you through interviews of those who've been involved in this entire case. Take a look at what they've had to say.
The court said that the matter is very complex in nature, but what emerged out was that the Muslim side, the Jamiat-e-Ulema-e-Hind, was actually in support of the judicial review not being there. So how do you see the stand of the Jamiat-e-Ulema-e-Hind coming?
Ananya, I'm so grateful that you have asked me that question, because kindly see the dichotomy. On the one hand of this entire setup, the same government, Narasimha Rao government, enacted the Place of Worship Act and the Waqf Act 1995. Under Waqf Act 1995, Section 40, Subclause 3 has the provision to declare any property as Waqf property, including the property of trust and society. Against that, an appeal is provided to the Waqf Tribunal, then to the High Court, then to the Supreme Court. And for us to reclaim back our temples, the right of judicial review is also taken away. So you have made the majority community as second-grade citizens in this country, and this is the sheer appeasement politics which has played, because of which this Places of Worship Act was enacted. And on this very footing, these provisions have been challenged before the Supreme Court, and I am hopeful that one day will come when the Places of Worship Act Section 4 Subclause 2 will be declared unconstitutional by the Honorable Supreme Court.
कोई षड्यंत्र या किसी तरह का कोई अफवाह पर ध्यान न दें और न इन अफवाहों पर जाने की प्रयास करें। पहले सच्चाई को मालूम करें, उसके बाद तब कोई आप निर्णय लें और जोश में ना आए। मेरी यही अपील होगी कि जोश में ना आए, क्योंकि जोश में कुछ नहीं होना है। हमारा और आपका दोनों का नुकसान होगा, कारोबारी नुकसान होगा, हर तरह से नुकसान होगा, जानी माली भी नुकसान होगा। तो इससे बेहतर है कि हम कानून में जब अदालत में आए हैं तो अदालत जो फैसला करेगी उसको माना जाएगा।
Okay, we're moving now to a story down in Karnataka, because the Karnataka Assembly session is all set to commence from today, and it's expected to be a fiery session as the controversial Right to Freedom of Religion bill is expected to be tabled in the Assembly. It's also expected to pass. The Basavaraj Bommai-led government had tried to move the bill before the upper house in the winter session, but they couldn't amidst protests from the opposition. They're expected to be able to clear it today, however, because they do have a clear majority in the Legislative Council for the first time. The bill is expected to sail through. Remember, this bill, it's commonly referred to as the anti-conversion bill, prohibits conversion from one religion to another by misrepresentation, force, fraud, allurement or marriage. Now, this is what's under debate. Currently, in the 75-member House, the BJP has its highest ever tally with 41 members, followed then by the opposition Congress with 26 members. Okay, we're going to be focusing, as we've just told you, on that story, but one more particularly important story that is going to be looked at by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's going to be hearing over more than 200 petitions challenging the constitutional validity of the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019, CAA 2019. You remember the nationwide protest that the country saw shortly before the pandemic over this act. Now, the bench that's set to take a look at it is headed by the Chief Justice of the country, U. Lalit, newly sworn in, remember. He'll be hearing the matter. The Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, remember, it seeks to grant citizenship to a class of migrants belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi or Christian communities from Afghanistan, Bangladesh or Pakistan. Critics, however, have said that it was unconstitutional and anti-Muslim because, as you just heard, Islam is not one of the religions included in that list. The law provoked widespread protests right from the north to the south of the country about 3 years ago. The lead petitioner in today's case is the IUML, that is the Indian Union Muslim League. They are arguing that the law violates Article 14 of the Constitution that guarantees that no person shall be denied the right to equality before law. We're going to be keenly tracking that case through the day today. We'll take a look at what the Supreme Court has to say. Right now, though, we're going to move on. Okay, and now we're moving down to West Bengal, where the Enforcement Directorate has summoned the Trinamool Congress leader Abhishek Banerjee's sister-in-law, Menaka Gambhir, for questioning in the West Bengal coal smuggling case. Menaka Gandhi was stopped by the ED at the Kolkata airport from flying abroad on Saturday evening. According to sources, Menaka Gambhir, who we just miscalled Menaka Gandhi, she was denied immigration clearance on the basis of a lookout circular issued against her by the Federal Probe Agency. This is the third time the ED has summoned Menaka in the case. Earlier, Gambhir had challenged the agency's notice for appearance in Delhi before Calcutta's High Court. She was allowed to appear in Kolkata instead. Now, my colleague Arunima spoke to the BJP spokesperson Priyanka Tibrewal and the TMC spokesperson on these developments. Take a look at what they had to say.
You see the Enforcement Directorate carry out these searches and then present to the media evidence of cash that has been found. Heap full of cash found at the residence of one of your leaders. Heap full found at the residence of another leader.
No, not that one of our leaders.
He was a member of your party till you sacked him. He was a member of your party till you sacked him, right?
Recently, one who was arrested.
So Mr. Datta, are you not even conceding the fact that these recoveries have been made by ED? Are you saying that even the heap of notes have been planted by the agency?
Once again, no, absolutely not. The heaps of notes that was recovered was from the house of one Miss Arpita Mukherjee, a close aide of Partho Chatterjee, not from Partho Chatterjee.
And who?
The second
what about
cash
your chairman of the municipality?
Let him respond. Mr. Tibrewal, let him respond. I'm coming back to you. Yes.
He apps to con people who has no relevance to Trinamool Congress whatsoever. This Nasir Khan or Amir Khan, they are running gaming apps. They have no relevance to a political party. This BJP, because of lack of issues, they are bringing this up.
Okay.
Because they have no relevance in Bengal.
Okay, Priyanka Tibrewal, respond. Everybody who gets caught for corruption in West Bengal isn't necessarily linked with Trinamool Congress. Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to misconstrue the position. Every corrupt person, every person who's an alleged criminal is being linked to the TMC wrongfully, is what Mr. Datta is saying.
Now tell me, why is Anubrata Mandal behind bars? Why is Partho Chatterjee behind bars? They have applied for a bail so many times. They have not got a bail from the High Court because they say that there is enough evidence to reject their bails. Not just that, few days back, the chairman of Hali Shahar of TMC has been arrested. A lot of money recovered. But see, again, they will cry foul because they are at the receiving end. Those who are robbing the people of West Bengal will yell like this, but it is of no use. See, it is of no use. They are unnecessarily, because I am saying that if they were honest, why aren't they going to the courts? Their petitions, their bail applications are being dismissed a number of times because there is enough evidence against them.
All right, Mr. Datta, respond to that. Mr. Datta, respond to that.
One of your fellow colleagues are journalist Siddiq Kappan. Same thing is what is happening in Bengal against Trinamool leaders, because democratically and politically they have failed to contest us.
Mr. Datta, are you saying even the judiciary in West Bengal is compromised? Is that what you're saying?
No. But what is happening is, one case, a person is getting, say, I'll tell you for the viewers. Say Anubrata Mandal was first taken into custody because he was a witness and not appearing for summons. Then as soon as they were given 4 days of custody, BJP filed a PIL saying ED charge. Then CBI filed a PIL. So every time he is getting bail in one case, they are doing this vicious cycle.
But that's the process of law, isn't it, Mr. Datta? Mr. Viju Datta, isn't that the process of law?
All our leaders will come out. Nothing will be proven in the court of law.
None will come out. They will all say, and more to go.
Just political
More are there in the row. They will add. They will join them soon.
Of central agencies to harass Trinamool leaders. There is no shred of evidence against any of our leaders.
No shred of evidence, and still they are not getting bail. No shred of evidence, and even then the judiciary is not granting them bail.
Because he is the blue-eyed boy of India's biggest.
Oh my God! Really, I pity Mr. Datta because he has to defend something which is undefendable. And look at the law and order situation. It is this very West Bengal. 3 days back, 200 kgs of heroin was recovered. Look at the law and order situation. Look at the law and order situation. What is the police doing? What are the ministers doing? They are busy robbing. They are busy stacking cash. They are busy stacking cash, sending the cash to the businessmen of West Bengal and then yelling that economy is being disturbed by the EG. This is the economy which is being disturbed. This economy is the economy of Trinamool Netas because their black money is with the businessmen of West Bengal, which is being recovered.
Mr. Agrawal, give me a second. Mr. Datta wants to respond. Yes, Mr. Datta.
Yes. One point I'm making, and I'm saying this on national channel, and we have submitted this evidence to the central agencies, but no action has been taken. The prime accused in coal smuggling is Mr. Vinay Mishra, who is absconding from the
why
country.
didn't you take out
His
see,
brother.
Ma'am, just 1 second. I'm coming to you. Let him
so
finish.
much
I'm
of
coming to you.
lies, so much of lies. This man can
Right.
speak on a national television.
Ma'am, Priyanka ji, just give me a moment so that, we hear each other properly as well. Mr. Datta, yes, go ahead. 30 seconds to you and 30 seconds to Priyanka ji.
30 seconds. Vinay Mishra, the primary accused in coal smuggling, who's absconding from the country, whose brother Vikash Mishra is in CBI custody right now. I am saying on national TV that on 21st and 22nd of September 2021 at 6 p.m. in the evening, Shubhendu Adhikari met with Vikas Mishra and he is directly in touch with Vinay Mishra over phone calls. We have given these evidences to the central agencies, but the central agencies are not taking Shubhendu Adhikari into custody.
Okay, after that, we're going to very quickly move on. We're moving now to wraps, quick summaries of stories that have taken place over this weekend. Our first focus right here in Delhi, where the tussle between the Delhi LG and the Aam Aadmi Party government has continued for multiple weeks. It now seems to be escalating even further. You have Lieutenant Governor Vimal Kumar Saxena. He's given a nod to CBI to probe into the alleged DTC bus scam. The central agency will now be probing into the alleged irregularities and corruption in the procurement of 1,000 low-floor buses by the DTC. Take a look at what the BJP had to say on this.
देश को बधाई, अरविंद केजरीवाल के सारे घोटाले सामने आ रहे हैं। बस 87 लाख रुपए की और उसकी मेंटेनेंस 3.5 करोड़ रुपए, क्योंकि बस में तो हेराफेरी की नहीं जा सकती थी और ये टेंडर इस तरीके से बनाया गया था कि केवल 2 ही लोगों को टेंडर मिल पाए और दोनों का नाम एक जेबीएम और दूसरा टाटा, और 3.5 करोड़ रुपए एक बस की मेंटेनेंस, और वो भी पहले साल पहले दिन से जो 1 साल की वारंटी आ रही वो भी छोड़ दी। और अभी अरविंद केजरीवाल कहेंगे हम ईमानदार हैं।
All right. Meanwhile, the Aam Aadmi Party has hit back at Lieutenant Governor Vinay Saxena. They're claiming that the latest probe is a bid by him to divert attention from corruption allegations against him. The Aam Aadmi Party leader, Sanjay Singh, who you can see on your screens right now, further added that the Lieutenant Governor is a corrupt man. Take a look at what he had to say.
दिल्ली का एलजी बीके सक्सेना एक महाभ्रष्ट व्यक्ति है। रोज सुबह उठ के नई जांच शुरू कर देता है, जिसकी जांच करा रहे हैं एलजी, उसमें तो टेंडर हुआ ही नहीं, बसें खरीदी ही नहीं गई। आपके असली चेहरे को दिल्ली और देश की जनता पहचान रही है। आपको जेल में जाना पड़ेगा, जेल की रोटी खाना पड़ेगा।
कोई भारतीय जनता पार्टी की जांच एजेंसियां मुझे बता दें कि अगर कोई बस खरीदी ही नहीं गई तो उसमें भ्रष्टाचार कैसे हो सकता। लेकिन कम से कम झूठा आरोप लगाने से पहले एलजी साहब थोड़ा होमवर्क तो आप कर लेते।
And moving on now, Prime Minister Modi is set to visit Uzbekistan on the 15th and the 16th of September to attend the 22nd meeting of the Council of the Heads of State of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Prime Minister Modi and the Uzbek President are expected to review the activities over the past 2 decades and to discuss the prospects of multilateral cooperation. Moving on now, more than 1,200 items gifted to the Prime Minister by people from different walks of life, including sports people and politicians, are set to be auctioned from September 17th. The money collected will go to the Namamami Gange mission. The auction will be conducted through web portals and it will be concluded on October 2nd. Moving now to quick updates from down south, where the former Karnataka Chief Minister, JDS leader H.D. Kumaraswamy, will be meeting the Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao. They already met yesterday. Both the leaders discussed the prevailing political situation in the country and KCR's possible plan to launch a national-level party. All of this, remember, before national elections in 2024. KCR had earlier travelled to Bengaluru and met Mr. Kumaraswamy and his father and former Prime Minister H.D. Devegoura. And moving now to a quick update from Punjab, where the DGP of Punjab has said that Kapil Pandit, one of the three arrested yesterday in connection to the killing of the musician Sidhu Moosewala, he's confessed to having conspired to kill the Bollywood superstar Salman Khan also.
पुख्ता तौर पे नहीं कह सकते क्योंकि कपिल पंडित की इंटरोगेशन में आई बात है, प्रिलिमिनरी बात है कि इन्होंने रैकी करी थी बॉम्बे जाके सलमान खान को टारगेट करने के लिए लॉरेंस बिश्नोई के डायरेक्शंस पे, और इनके साथ दो लोग थे, एक सचिन बिश्नोई था, एक संतोष यादव था। तो इस बात को हम दूसरे अक्यूज्ड ये दोनों पकड़े जा चुके हैं, जैसे वो बिश्नोई डिटेन हो गया, तो उनको जब हम रिमांड में लेके आएंगे उनसे पूछताछ करेंगे।
All right, and we're moving on now from this story to a different one. Indian Army General Chief Manoj Pandey flew in an Indian Air Force Apache attack helicopter in the Ladakh sector. He was familiarized with the flying characteristics of the platform and briefed about its capability and roles. The Apache is said to be the most modern attack helicopter and to take place of the existing fleet of Mi-35 choppers across the country.